I have a lot of emotions right now and got so much to unpack. Like the Great Depression of 2019, I gotta unpack. So let's get to it. Please forgive me. It is 4 in the morning. The cocks are crowing. It's the only time I can do this right now. So, yeah. All my family is here at home with me. Um, so this is the only time I can really do this. Forgive the cock crowing. Sup y'all, welcome to channel Zarovsky Crystal here with me finna process what the ever-living fuck is going on with it, with what tvtropes.org calls a trauma conga line to Team Fortress 2 and the community. If y'all want to get to the specs and see me cover up the ugly, mucky first version of this painting, the previous video is linked below. It's already part of the playlist which will eventually feature the last video where I do guesswork on this NPC and change in techniques side notes on what I had to adapt to. But for now, let's give this a go. Trauma Fortress 2. This video is purely vlog and speed paint rather than discussing the artistic process. Bulk of the process is in the past video. So if that's not your thing, mute me whenever. Or perk up your bitch ass ears and listen for once in your life before judging Esteban or whatever the fuck your name is. I don't care. Man, I put this preface in every fucking video and y'all don't know how to listen, do ya? But fuck it. Anyway, listen to mute me. Ain't that some paradoxical shit? Alright. Major preface. This is a recap vlog and not a cut and clear report of events that happened. Y'all can Google and YouTube search better resources. I'm just processing and backtracking, if anything. So don't just take my word with a grain of salt. Take it with an ocean's worth of salt. Salt my words like you just took the brattiest, angriest, noobiest squeaker to make the first accusation of the night and shook him. Inalog nyo siya. Tinaktak parang salt shaker, no? Anyway, 2019's Great Depression was a thing, right? And then Valve fixed it, more or less. I still don't have my cheater's lament. What the hell, Valve? Then 2020 happened. Coronavirus happened because China says fuck all to their people and the rest of us. Lockdowns and quarantines happened as they should. TF2's community's globe just continues to spin. We do the do, shoot each other, hang out. Then out of the blue, bots happened. Lag bots, aim bots, spin bots, DDoS attacks, the whole frickin' shebang. Dito tayo sa TF2 community, nanahimik habang quarantine, tapos nagsilabasan, mga loko galing sa silong ng 4chan. Anak ng sandwich talaga, oo. Like, was there a war cry across the message boards to summon all the hordes of trolls from their basement bridges? And since they're bored like everybody else, of course they went for a community peacefully residing in its own bubble. And trolls being trolls, of course, they're edgy on purpose and all kinds of phobic bullshit and wreck everybody's fun because, edgy equals funny. We say trans rights, they say,
No, hold on. With the sight of and I even helping
and then they post that lame ass pic of Pyro burning the trans flag because, of course. And every relatively sane body has no choice but to roll their eyes and sigh because we're too tired and frustrated to give 100% of the energy to be angry, and there's no point in being angry despite feeling so anyway. Easiest solution? Quote the song, fuck this shit, I'm out. Either that or mute them. But the damage, it's too much. You can't just mute the hacking. I wish you could. I know the whole point of trolling is attention and rage, and you're not supposed to engage them, but I do it anyway. Foolishly so, might I add, despite my various reasons. Desensitizing is one, training myself for quicker comebacks is another. I get easily tilted as well, unfortunately. Like my objective brain knows I'm numb, or the fact that it's nothing personal, and or at its core I'm not offended because I can reason whatever they said away. But what the brain thinks isn't always how the body translates it, and I still get tremors and I still will start shouting because deep down there's a part of me that craves conflict and victory in make-believe war. Stupid, I know. I apologize, and I apologize 1,000 times to my server mates who get dragged into my bullshit and wailing. Wailing like a banshee. I'm petty, I know. Pettiness runs through my veins like Coca Cola. It stings when you inhale, rush when you need it, saccharine acid that melts your bones, yet you crave it. And me being a petty bitch. If it was up to me, if I had a choice, I would have had a lot of them hang by the neck until dead. Dox them, name them and shame them, unveil them from anonymity, and parade them around ass naked. Let me set the stage of my context. I've been in this community since high school, been part of the fandom ever since I've seen the Meet the Medic video, fell in love and saw the other mercs. That was way before the Saxies, way before Source Filmmaker. Back in my day, people had to animate using Gmod, and when the Saxies did come, they still had categories like replays of actual gameplay rather than contained storytelling. A lot of the holiday events and maps weren't even out yet, and neither were some of the comics for that matter. Currently, I clock in at around 938 hours. That's not me bragging, that's a warning for y'all to never expect much of me because I'm still subconsciously doing day one shit like WM wanting his paro. Yak, ang tsaka. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Anyway, with a big community, you meet all sorts of people. I know I have old, new, young, adult, all walks of life mate. I've met parents, grandparents, coders, baymen, cooks, once an actual sous chef, construction, DJs, otakus, furries, cishet, LGBT plus, factory workers, stoners. We're a mixed bag, and I prefer it that way. Before COVID 19 swept the nation and the world, I assumed the average TF2 player would go to work or go to school at their side of the world, do the do. A 9 to 5, if not the graveyard shift, if not 7 to 3, or whatever school it is you're from, where you're from. Then you go home, relax, take a load off, play TF2, escape for an hour or two or four, have some fun. I sound like a normie right now, but I don't give a fuck, bear with me. So, yeah, after a hard shift of work and existing and trying to survive life, y'all go online. Play with buddies, play with randos, snipe some heads, conga, and or Kazotski kick across the map. It's a fun hobby for a lot of people. Me personally, I'm not a career sniper, unlike some people. But I like it. I like being decent enough. Headshots give me that pinch of self esteem outside of fine art. I'd kiss my bizarre bargain if I could. Then bots and hackers come and ruin it for everybody. Part of me wants to ask, but answers invoke reason, and there's no reasoning with crazy. No reason, no rhyme. Crazy just does, cause crazy just cuz. I've read a lot of YouTube comments though. Many say, yeah, they do it for shits and giggles, but rumor has it some do it cause they hurt. Life sucks and it's abusive towards them, so they want to abuse somebody something else. Their IRL living conditions aren't the best, they're outcasts, etc. And to that I say, fie on your hacking and fie on your sucky, stinking life. Imagine being living, bullied, abused, mentally ill, unhinged, and unwanted, and then dragging random people into your misery, machinations, and inconvenience for your own gratification, because it feels good, doesn't it? I cheat to see the reaction. Fuck you! I've heard and met people who've had the worst lives, yet they stop the cycle and they live, they grow, they improve. Grow the fuck up. If I was in a living condition where it was a living hell, I wouldn't wish my turmoil on anybody, let alone strangers. Because, being human involves empathy. These bots and hackers, they're not people. They're filthy, basement dwelling subhumans. The trauma that you endure does not and will never justify the trauma you yourself inflict. At least inflict on the undeserving or strangers who know nothing of your past problems or whatever. God. Anyway, Valve fixed the infestation, at least for now. But just as we thought we were on the up and up again, we lost Rick May to COVID 19. As y'all know, Mr. Rick May was Jane Doe the soldier's voice, and he also taught voiceover, among other things. I remember reading the fresh tweet linking to John Patrick Lowry's page John Patrick Lowry is Sniper's voice actor and husband of Ellen McLean, who voices GLaDOS in Portal, and Helen, the administrator here in TF2. Mr. Lowry shared on his page the post announcing Rick's death, and I remember being numb at first, so I logged off and went to bed as you do. But then you wake up, and with a ripple of grief hitting the community, the communal sadness hits you like a ton of bricks, basically. Like a lot of people, I was supposed to do tribute art. I wanted to do both traditional and digital typography because Solly has the best and funniest quotes and responses.
You cannot burn me. I am already ablaze with passion for war. Let's get one thing straight. You are all pretty unicorns, but I am the prettiest unicorn. Did I stutter? We almost died on that hill, but damn it, we took it, didn't we? All gave some gave all, but nobody got a prize but us.
And what better way to remember someone's voice by commemorating the words they themselves uttered? But art, it's such an emotional process. Then there's this subject that feels so heavy, but at the same time so close yet so far. And typography, especially by hand, it requires precision. At the same time, I'm working on other things, and I feel like I'd fuck this up. And Mr. May deserves better. So does this community. I, I couldn't do it. I'd rather he not have died during this unfortunate time. But for what it's worth, the timing could have been a lot worse. The TF2 community just recovered from an infestation, and Rick May's death brought many people together. And when you're in those servers, it's not as sad anymore. If anything, it's a celebration of a man and facet of his life and career that brought joy to a body of people. Plus, the festivities are in a virtual world because social distancing, but you're there, paying respects like everybody else as long as you have an internet connection. Nobody was free killing, most players were cooperative, and it was so much fun. No hackers or nothing ruining anything. One dude came from a 3 year or so hiatus off TF2, and this is what he came home to. He was ecstatic. And times like these, you forget the toxic features of this game, and you're reminded that for every sexist, racist asshole, there's 20, maybe more people who are as tired of their shit as you are, and there are good people online. More or less, that's the majority. This period of mourning, it was a moment of beauty. Rest in power, Rick May. May you bestow the aspiring voice actors out there with mad chops. And tell Kitty 0706 we said howdy.
You were good, son, real good. Maybe even the best.
But shit hit the fan once more as somebody leaked the source code. Both CSGO and TF2 felt kinda unsafe for a bit. Y'all can YouTube better sources who can convey this properly, cause me P-brain, alarmed and confused at first, me know no JavaScript. But me know this. Code has been public for a while, but it wasn't as famously known, but it was known for modders and content creators. Modders and content creators like Lever Softworks, who are a community of modders, they fired an individual who'd been allegedly toxic, transphobic, racist, the works. Said individual took to 4chan and leaked the code there. Implications include having one's PC remotely hacked just by sharing a server with the hacker. Supposedly, Valve fixed this for now, but I'm a paranoid bitch, so don't ask me. I'm not gonna play for a while, and I'm keeping my profile private. As of the script typing, we got heavy update! Woohoo! Whoa. An update of localization files. Yay! So yeah, Valve's doing the bare ass minimum, but it's better than nothing at all. Freaking figures. Rumor has it the earlier infestation was made for Valve to draw attention to maintain the game again, but I don't buy it. With that, I've been Zarovsky Crystal of Channel Zarovsky. Like what you all see, support me on Coffee, other social below. Subscribe to get crystallized. And God, I need a drink.